Apparently, the ride buck is on strike because I forgot to play his trumpet last review when he returned. But that won't stop me. Introducing my new Henshin helper, the Ride Mushroom. And for his first review... Bucket? I'm sorry, okay? Please come back. I thought as long as I was in the mood, I'd cover another belt from Kamen Rider Wizard, and this time it's the WizardDriver, as worn by the ever-reliable, and now paid way more than he used to be, Ride Bucket. To start, this thing is way bigger than I expected. It's very deep and bulky to accommodate the gimmick. The toy itself is almost entirely cast in black plastic, and for now, the only colors we get is some gold ornamentation on top and the silver gates that wait to unleash the beast. Something to point out here is all the extra moldings, like Beast's face inside one of the ring slots and another emblem on the other, as well as his full spellcasting circle on the back, though the copyright stamp kinda spoils that one. I just like it when they throw in as much detail as they can fit on the toy like that. There's the usuals as well, 20 to 28 inch belt strap and clip... Wait a minute! That's the same belt clip they used for the Birth Driver, which would be funny to see them reuse it if they didn't already do that for the Meteor Driver. Really, Bandai? Is it really breaking your wallet so much to mold a matching clip for the belt? Sheesh. Anyway, we need to see what will be activating the Beast Driver, so let's look at his rings. Right off the bat, very different approach from Wizard rings. Again, we get black plastic, but no translucent this time, because on these there's no light, and all the paint is reserved for the faces of the ring. Quite literally, they are faces. Beast Henshin ring is a unique square design with his face nicely sculpted in and painted appropriate gold. Looks really nice with the metallic green eyes. Then there's his mantle rings, which opted for something closer to a hexagon in shape. They're colored to match the form he gains, emerald green for Camelio, deep orange for Falco. The designs molded in remind me of sculptures or glyphs rather than the gemstones of Wizard's rings, and the decision to only paint the eyes a different color is actually quite striking. It's simple but effective. The rings have more tricks to them, but we'll discuss those later. For now, we've held off too long. Let's activate this belt. Not quite as aggressive to start up as Wizards, is it? Most important thing to mention, no scanning on this belt. Instead, the rings will be used as keys, hitting small buttons inside the ring slots to tell the belt what noises and lights to play. That's why Beast's Henshin ring is a different shape, so you don't try transforming with any other ring. So instead, we'll do this properly. Insert the Beast ring and give it a turn. Wow, that is a bright LED. I'm torn between what I like more, the chant that spells out lion, or the drumroll standby noise. What I know I like is the gate flying open to reveal the proper design of the belt. There's three things that come to mind. First, the classic magic trick of making a giant predatorial cat appear inside a box. Second, that thing the Romans used to do with lions, but we won't go into that. And third, yes, it's the same gimmick as the Power Rangers Samurai Shogun belt. Not sure if Bandai of America saw the early designs of the Beast Driver and borrowed them, or vice versa, but the only difference in gimmick is the activation method. That, and here we get a badass lion instead of a creepy Shogun face. I love the molding here with the flowing mane and open mouth, very well sculpted, and the gold chrome sets it off great. On the sides, we have his other animals carved in, Falco and Dolphy on the left, Buffa and Camelio on the right. Much more simple, which is good. They don't take away from the centerpiece or overclutter the belt, and the simple shape has a more of a primordial look to it, which is appropriate for his theme. Oh, and before I forget, you can turn the slot without the key in it too, but you won't get much. After Henshin, you can insert the Beast Ring again, no turning required, to activate Kick Strike.
Kick strike! Go!
This ring also has one of my favorite bonus noises to it. If you remove the ring before finishing the Henshin, you get this. I don't know why, but that amuses me so much. The belt sounds so disappointed that it didn't get to Henshin. But moving to his other rings, these don't require turning, but they still work the same way, hitting little buttons inside the slot. You'll notice on the rings that the ridges on the sides are different lengths. These are what hit the buttons, and it's molded so even if you put the ring on upside down, you still get the right noise. That's a thoughtful touch. Bravo. So let's hear one. First up, Falco.
Falco! Go! Falco!
You'll note it also changes the primary LED color to match the mantle. Just like Wizard's form changes, the Kick Strike changes to match the last mantle activated.
Kick strike! Go! Falco mix!
Starting to sound like Birdemic in here. So let's switch and solve the age-old question. What noise does a chameleon make?
Cameo! Go! Cameo!
Answer? A strange one. I think they were going for the sound of its tongue whipping around, but it's not that clear. Here, you tell me. Let's hear it again during Kick Strike.
Kick strike! Go! Cameo mix!
Still nothing? Ah well. We'll chalk it up to unique then. That's the demo for the belt right out of the box. Strangely enough, even though it also only comes with 3 rings, you actually get more noises out of the box than the WizardDriver, thanks to the form changes being separate from his Henshin noise. The downside is fewer sounds total, but that makes a full collection of Beast Rings easier to get, right? Speaking of, we're not quite done. Turns out even though Beast can't scan his own rings, Wizard can. And at first, I thought these were just generic noises. Turns out I was wrong. It can tell them apart, though it only adds the animal noise to the effect. Also strange, they work on both sides. Great, and now I've henshined into a chameleon. With a lower price than the WizardDriver and more sounds out of the box, I'd say this is a great toy to pick up. The main gimmick is striking, the ring method is different but fun to use, and it's just a really nice belt visually. I've got no hesitations about recommending this one to the Wizard fans. Well, thanks for the meal, Beast Driver. You can go now. I was closing your gate. Why did you bother lighting up again?